What's going on, guys? This is the DeFi Crypto Online Show where we do our best to be the bridge between our fellow real estate investors, entrepreneurs alike, and the cryptocurrency world, because crypto is the biggest opportunity over the next few years, and nothing's even close. As always, we're pumped to have you guys along on the journey. Corey, take it away.
Absolutely. Corey Geary here, blessed to be on this journey with you guys where we're using cryptocurrency as that wealth creation tool, and then using some real world assets like real estate as a wealth preservation tool. And then we're just in fun times right now where I feel like if you guys want to timestamp this or whatever, I feel like we've hit the bottom. Maybe I'm wrong, because I don't care if I'm wrong, and that's fine. But I think this is bottom. I'm calling it out here on our show. I say that because I have other influences I lead on, like Hans. Like, I love Hans's TA. If you guys didn't watch Friday's show, Hans came on here, did an amazing TA analysis on Pulse. He also did an amazing TA analysis over on Crypto 7's show this morning. So if you guys aren't subscribed to Crypto 7's, I would recommend it. He's always providing pretty good value to the community. And Hans was on there, man, and it was just great data. It doesn't mean that I'm right or he's right. Like, a whale could come in here and literally smack that price down so fast and make your head spin. So, like, I could be wrong, but I'm okay with being wrong, because I just want, from my own confirmation or my own, strategy to figure out my DCA, right? How am I going to plan my DCA? What am I doing with my money from this point on? Am I going to be going harder in meme coins? Am I going to be going harder in the blue chips? And these are the kind of things that I want from my own analysis moving forward. So I think we bottomed. I don't know. We'll see. I like where we're at. And it's a fun time to be with you guys, because no matter what, we definitely have bullish divergence, not only on the chart, but in the community with the building and with, just the stuff that's been coming out. It's been really cool. And, price go down and community strength go up and building strength go up. Like, to me, that's all around fundamental bullish divergence. And so, like, where does it change? Where do we see the shift? I don't know. Well, we're here for it, though. But one thing, Dane, retail's not here yet. We know that. And they're not even here in the over on Ethereum, man. My Ethereum assets are wrecked, too. I went over there and I was going through, like, some of my Ethereum assets that I held, since actually the end of last year that I've been DCAing into. And, man, I should have sold more of those off in, like, February-ish, March, because now they're all wrecked and they're reset from, the points where I bought them at last year. And so I'm like, man, I missed that little pump. I should have sold out on those. Hey, lesson learned. But, man, it's just not us. We're wrecked everywhere. It's just where we're at. But, guys, I love this. I can't take credit. I actually found the guy who commented on Sami's post. Sami did a post yesterday about the Coinbase app being number 202, and we need Coinbase to be the most #1 downloaded app. And there was a guy who commented through all the different comments. I was like, well, I bet if I go through all these comments, I could find somebody who has easy tracking or a way to track this. And there was a guy who had a bot, and it's a Twitter bot. I put the description in the chat, and I also put the description in the show notes. You can subscribe to this Twitter bot, and twice a day, one at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. I think it's EST. I'm not 100% on that, so you can check that. But it will tweet the statistics on the Coinbase app. Really effing cool. I mean, how many people are watching this? How many people realize this? I feel like this is definitely edge. Whether or not it's going to be #1 the next time we hit a top, but, like, is it in top 10 when we hit a top? These are things that you want to be like, you want to be looking for.
If you're like, I think you ought to be paying pretty close attention. Once it gets to top 20, I mean, I think it's time to be paying pretty close attention. Yeah,
pretty close attention, right? Because we're number 202 right now. That was the last tweet from this morning, and I was like, okay, we're 202. Ain't nobody here but us hardcore crypto guys. Like, we're here, the community. Like, ain't no one else here, man. We're wrecked everywhere. And that Coinbase app is showing the statistics that no one's interested in crypto right now. Everyone thinks crypto's dead. Even with the Ethereum ETF approved, man, you would think that would, like, stir up the pot. It's not, dude. Ethereum hasn't really moved.
Right.
Like,
Just
what's
hanging
going
out.
on over there? So it's
Mhm.
wild to me.
It's interesting how in bull runs, good news typically sends prices up. In bear markets, good news tends to
Does
send it
nothing.
down. Yeah, or it doesn't do anything. And we're not quite there yet to the place where things are terribly exciting in crypto as a whole. I mean, outside of Solana, Hans shared this on the show last week. Outside of being on Solana, I mean, everything else is kind of just hanging out, done a lot of runs, and then a lot of stuff is pretty well retraced. The majority of those runs, Pulse being one of them, and now we wait for the next
The next
season of
leg.
excitement. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yep.
I feel like Pulse did great for the time. Like if you compare when everything else was kind of moving in the beginning of the year, you can look at ABAX, you can look at, I know we've done this on the show before. You can look at Phantom, you can look at like everything minus Solana. Pulse did all right. Pulse did about a 5x from the bottom to top. And
Right.
Solana did about a 15x. I think like ADA only did a 3x. I think Phantom only did a 3x. I think ABAX might have did a 5x. You guys can go back and look. But Pulse held its own, in my opinion. It did just fine. And so it shows me, it's an indicator. Once again, we're just trying to find clues to the puzzle here. We're just in a movie. I say that all the time. Like, and that's a clue to me. Like, man, we did a little 5x in that little early altcoin season, or whatever you want to call it, early altcoin run. Maybe it's not a season, just a little run. We did a 5x. And so I think we are in due for, a lot more than that when the timing is right. How
Agreed.
much more? Who knows? Any
Agreed.
man's guess.
Yep. The 5 minute chart, I think this is good. Yeah, it needs us saying we need to fulfill this W first. So on the daily, what W are you guys looking at? Because you have a big giant one on the monthly. I mean, we got a lot of time for that thing to confirm. There's not a. I mean, we've got this first. When you say a W, right? We're getting this first rounding here.
Yep.
I mean, we need to see it kind of touch down again and then
Come
take
back.
off to see
Yep.
a W. That's what you're meaning, right, Corey?
Yep, that's healthy price structure. And even Hans was like he was on Crypto 7 show today, and he's like, well, if it comes right back down in here and starts going back up, he goes, I'm taking leverage. He's like, that's it. He's like, it's bottomed. And, he was showing other indicators on the show too, stuff that's over my head. I'm not a TA guy. Like, I listen to these guys and I listen to like their data points. And I want those guys to be the experts. I'm not going to go put 10,000 hours in like those guys. And I like Hans because he gives a very realistic expectation where if he's bearish on a price chart, he will effing tell you he's bearish. And I like that. I don't like the TA guys who are only bullish. Like, just because you got a bag and you're holding the coin,
Yeah.
just don't tell me like, oh my God, moon, everything. Like, I hate that. Like, give me the bear scenario. And if you see a bear scenario playing out here in the short term or even the long term, like, let us know. Like, yeah, that's good TA to me. So, it is what it is.
Agreed. Yeah.
Motley,
Motley. Yeah. This is a good one. ETH ETFs haven't launched yet, but very, very soon.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But you would think Motley, like, you would see a lot of retail front running those news. I guess not, right? Like, it's just how it works. I got one of my friends in at ETH. He put about 2 million in, about 2,900. He's like, what's the one thing I should buy? I'm like, he's very conservative. He didn't want to, like, we're going to talk about Pulse Chain here in the future and talk about some more risk on. But I was like, bro, just go buy ETH. Now it's at 2,900. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Yeah, I see Crypto Sloth in the chat. I put the Sloth bat signal up, and he showed up. So what's the new news, Sloth? On I see Alex has been cooking up something. I don't understand when he talks. The big brain doesn't make sense to me, and he'll talk about things that I'm like, okay, this sounds bullish, but I'm not a geek enough to understand why it's bullish.
Sure. I feel the same. No, yeah. Alex said he's been building. I mean, it'll be. ICOS has been an interesting one over the last little bit. It sounds like because the gift tech guys deployed the Gifford tech over on ICOS, and then it sounds like the ICOSA guys or at least some of the big bag holders didn't like it, I guess, or weren't bullish on. I don't understand. And so apparently the system there isn't working as, as one might hope from a burning perspective. And so it'll be interesting with Alex pushing out his updates. Yeah, where does that
Well,
where does that send that system? If you could get the freaking auction started again, then the thing
yeah.
works. But you need the ICOSA price. I think that's the only thing that really doesn't make that work right now is the ICOSA price needs to be higher in order to be able to make sense to buy and sell and all those types of things with the stakes, with the wrap stakes.
I mean, what does that say about the gift tech though? I mean, it doesn't matter if you have some like people who are bearish on the tech itself should work regardless, right? It's like you deploy the tech, it's code, it should do what it does, no matter what other community members say or have an opinion about that. That should not matter.
Well, the gift tech works, but people have to go in there and utilize it in order for the burning of the
Oh, they're not doing it?
So I'm just guessing. I don't know. I just know that it sounded like the gift tech guys weren't real pleased with them, and the ICOSA guys doesn't sound like they're working real cleanly. And I'm assuming that since the word on the street is that it's not that it wasn't working. It sounds like they just didn't understand the system and weren't utilizing it properly. So I don't know. I'm just guessing. Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, the ICOSA guys, who's that? I mean, it's all us. It's all the Hexicans. It's all the community members. I mean, ICOSA's
it's big bag holders. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even those guys, those should be the big Hexicans who hold those big bags. Right. They should.
Right.
Not all of them, but I mean, like ICOSA's been around long enough where it's like made its way almost like into like a blue chip. If you want to like take, you got Pulse Hex, Inc., Hex. I mean, ICOSA is like not too much farther down the totem pole there. It's the community's very ingrained with ICOSA now and Hedron. So I'm rooting for it, man. I like it. I still have bags of it, of course, right? Like I got stuff that I would like to see it do amazing things. And I think Alex definitely has the capability of sending that price chart up. So we'll see what he's cooking back in the background. I also know he has like stuff that he's doing as a service for Pulse Chain itself, like in the entirety, not just like for ICOSA or Hedron and stuff to support Pulse Chain. So like a data center and whatever that does, I don't know. And he built that big ass data center out, I think it's in Texas, and he's been working on that thing for a very long time now. We'll see, man. It's super cool.
Well, one of the guys I was talking with the other day, I think he made a really good point. You think about all the money that was raised for sacrifices that, theoretically, a lot of that's still sitting on the sidelines. If he was speculating, but probably a lot of those guys are waiting to see, they want to get confirmation that Richard's in it and, Bottom's in. They want to see SAC funds coming across before a lot of that is deployed. I mean, what do you do in this scenario if you're, let's assume that Liquid Loans isn't just taking the money and running with it. If in the event they are going to deploy it, or some of these other guys, one could speculate that, they're waiting for signals from Richard. It's all, it's all more conjecture and narratives. What actually happens? It's going to be interesting to see. I'm excited.
I'm not too confident on the third party stuff. Now we have shown some third party stuff deploy assets towards marketing or like the MXC exchange listing. The Fiat team, Buck and those guys over there, they put money towards that listing. So did Internet Money, KG. And KG didn't have like a massive raise. Like he didn't raise up $20 million. He raised like a few million. And he gave money towards that the MXC listing. So my hat's off to both those guys. And also, I say it all the time, Hexy bastard. Whether you like him or not, he's willing to pay for marketing and get our name and exposure not only into the 9-inch ecosystem. I don't have big bags of 9-inch at all, guys. Full disclosure, I have a small like moon bag of 9-inch. But he's willing to pay for us to get in front of people, and that's massive. You have to pay to play in this world. Marketing is king. Without marketing, you're dying, and it's just how it works. You're going to pay to get your asset or your protocol or your business in that manner in front of people. It's just how this shit works. It's how this world works. And so the guys who are paying for that, I really, man, I have mad respect for those guys. Mad respect.
Agreed. Fast Abdul's here. What's up, Fast Abdul? Shout out to Fast Abdul.
Another guy.
The two fucks launch, which is pretty exciting. In fact, let's pull up the price chart. Actually, it looks pretty good so far.
Funny story about that, man. Guys, I've had food poisoning for the last week. It's been brutal. I think I got mercury poisoning from fish. Like I felt so sick, Dane, when it launched. I didn't want to have to worry about any. I just staked it. I was like, I'm not even gonna deal with this right now. I'm gonna stake it, and I staked it and went through up, and then it's horrible. But like I don't even know what I did. I don't even know what the stake was for. I went in a Telegram, like, hey guys, how long is the stake for? They're like 16 weeks. I'm like, okay, after 16 weeks, I shouldn't be sick anymore. I'll deal with it then.
I can think about it then.
I'll think about it then. I'm like, I'm just not gonna deal with it right now.
I mean, 2fucks price chart's looking pretty good so far. Let me share my.
That's because we all staked it. I'm part of the exit liquidity on this one, Dane.
I mean, look at this. This is great. It launched over here. You had a nice little run early on, a little bit of retracement. Seems to just be hanging out in this range. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the market, respects and utilizes these. In fact, I need to dig into this a little bit more. So my understanding, Corey, right, you can use the 2fucks token to go and stake and get additional yield. So that's the utility of the 2fucks token.
Yeah. And vote.
Is the prime 2fucks, is that the same as I think that's the same as the prime fucks token, except you don't have to stake it for a year. You're more liquid. You could go in and out.
Yeah, it's 1-to-1. Same kind of I think tokenomics or mechanics behind the engine, if you will. Yeah, like I said, I haven't dove deep enough yet because it launched and I haven't even moved my liquidity over. I want to move my liquidity over from fucks. I have a bunch of what I call throwaway farms over there. And I want to move them over to 2fucks, but I haven't been up to the, I haven't felt up to the, to do crypto at all yet. I've just been, like over the weekend, man, I was in bed the whole time. So it's been brutal.
Right. Let's see. Prime 2fucks is paying 731% with single-sided staking.
Damn.
Is it? I need to go stake mine. I haven't been on it. Let's go look at that. What is it? I think it's 2fucks.io. Let's look at the let's look at the website. I'll launch that.
Thank you, Fast Abdul, for building on our chain and bringing in more fun tools and toys to play with. This is what we need. This is the stuff that we need. And the meme coins. I'm sorry, guys. We need that too. I know some of you guys are out there like, oh my God, Kang gang. I get it, right? But we need all of it. We need all of it.
Yeah, agreed. Let me go ahead and share this. Oh, share this one over here.
There's Brizology to my comment.
So where does maybe I need to, this is my test wallet. Let's go ahead and connect and oh yeah, look at the APR over 1,200%.
Super cool. I mean, I'm with you, Briz. I'm a utility guy over anything else, but unfortunately the market's not picking utility too much yet. I think it will. It will. And when it does, we'll be there for it. We'll have some bags of this stuff and we'll be utilizing this stuff. It's gonna be fun.
All right. Wallet is not connected. Oh, okay. Done.
You have your test wallet.
Yep. Let's connect it real quick.
Briz, I heard ink tokens a meme coin. I actually might DCA some more ink this week. I have a goal I'm trying to get to, and I haven't quite got there yet.
Where does the in fact how's the prime 2fucks token responding? Let's take a look at that one. Prime 2fucks.
Yeah, I will not be able to help you, sir. I have not played around with it enough yet.
All right, here we go. Let's change this to the 4-hour. Oh, interesting. Look at that big green candle there. Had a big green candle.
Someone aped in.
Just kind of hanging out here, yeah. So shout out to these guys. Like it's been nice to be able to see stuff launch with reasonable liquidity. You know, you've got 126K here. I think you've got almost 800K over on 2Fucks. So it's nice to be able to see people launch stuff, you know, with a reasonable amount of liquidity. We've complained that a lot about, you know, we've complained about that topic a lot on some of these things that people have launched. They've launched stuff, raised millions of dollars, and then provided no fee. Like, come on, man.
It's horrible.
It's a bad look. So it's cool to be able to see. It's cool to be able to see stuff like this.
And once again, these are another team like Internet Money. You know, these guys didn't raise like 20, $50 million. You know what I mean? And they're still coming in here and showing good work and providing liquidity with money. And so, like, I don't know why the other teams couldn't step up, but you know, it is.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed. So it's cool. We're excited about the new stuff that's coming in. I think this is cool. The more cool stuff we have, it's the more you know, the more interesting mousetraps, reasons for people to come over and participate in Pulse Chain. It's important. So I like it.
Yeah. Speaking of mousetraps, that reminds me, we're gonna have Crypto Sloth on soon, and we're gonna go and talk about, you know, why, at least I feel, providing liquidity now, or even especially in the bull market, is the wrong thing to do besides just buying and holding. And so we're going to be having a debate, a friendly debate. And yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. See right here, he had commented, look forward into our debate. So this will happen probably sometime this week. I'm not sure what day yet. We'll pencil on. But I feel like, you know, once again, mousetrap was the right word.
Oh, and this is good. I wasn't aware of this. Yeah. Thanks for posting this, Retrostatic. You should get your pools into 2Fucks now, as it takes 7 days for you to start getting the 2.5%.
What, really? Okay.
Yield.
All right.
So,
good to know.
Yeah, it's good.
Good to know.
Cool. So lots of things to look forward to. It feels like, kind of like Corey said, it feels like we're back to a place where maybe we're at a bottom here. We'll wait to see the W complete to be able to try to get some confirmation. But man, if we're bottoming here, we're getting poised for the next leg up, and it'll be fun.
It'll take a couple months.
Yeah,
the next leg up. Like don't expect this to like bounce up overnight. Even if it bottoms, like you're going to see, like the last time it bottomed, we were down there for like, I don't know, 3 months, 4 months. I mean, it was ridiculous how long this stuff can run sideways for, and just kind of like slightly go up to the right, very slightly, and then it'll take off. But man, it could be a minute. It's not something that just happens, you know. But either way, the longer it stays down here and runs sideways, Hans has said this many times, the longer it stays sideways and it stays in its accumulation zone, the harder the upward movement, or the upward price goes up. When we break out, the harder we go up. And so, you know, he was doing a lot of comparisons with other layer ones on how, like, you know, they'll run sideways anywhere from like 300 to 500 days. Like, we're right on par with that. Like, we had to have our, long-term accumulation wash out these, these prior bull market whales who had still a lot of profit to take hat. And there was a lot of them in there. There was a lot of them in the system that needed to take profit from prior cycle. And so, yeah, Pulse Chain, in my opinion, is not a cycle 1 coin. It's a cycle 2 narrative, and it's a cycle 2 coin because you have bag holders from Hex that are in there from prior cycle who take profits. And so that, to me, makes it a cycle 2 coin. Not a bad thing. This is, maybe you don't get your 1,000x, 10,000x is all that means. That's all it means. But if you need a 10,000x, you might want to go buy the the newest meme coin of the day or something like that, or so.
I mean, you're right, Core. I'm measuring right now. I mean, you look at the Pulse Chain price chart. We were from the SEC FUD bottom to where we broke out from this last time is 135 days. So that's
a long time.
A little bit over 4 months. Yeah. I'm with you. I wouldn't be surprised if we bottomed here. And then, I mean, you can see, let me share this.
I mean, here's a good scenario. Maybe you see like people starting to buy up the price chart, trying to front run the October court case. And you see a bit of a buy the rumor, sell the news. And you see the price chart kind of, start going parabolic around that time, which gives us those, however many months. How many months to October? We're in June. 4 months.
June, July, August, September. Yeah, about 4 months. Yeah, that's actually a really interesting point. Yeah, I mean, you had about 4 months here, and you had this accumulation zone where you had plenty of opportunities to buy stuff for cheap prices, and then things really rocketed up. So
yeah,
it's fun to be able. I'm telling you, like, one of the things I really like is seeing the patterns here. I think there are so many people, me being one of them. I mean, like, full transparency, feeling the PTSD down here, and I'm like, no, this freaking sucks. But you see the patterns, like
it does.
You see the opportunities, you see the rocket up, see the retrace here. We're coming back down. I would be like you're saying, maybe we hang out kind of down here in this range. And if this is an asset that you buy, you want to buy when it's cheap. And
if you like it, you like it and you believe in the ecosystem, this is the time to buy it. Otherwise, I mean, I don't know why you're here, what you're doing. Of course, I guess you can go just play the meme coin game, and that's fine. But understand how those games work over there and how those are quick hitters. I mean, I think, man, if you want just a nice long-term legacy wealth type play, like Pulse is it, man. This is my opinion, right? It's not financial advice. I'm just a dude on the effing internet. That's all I am, who speculates on my own money. I make money in the real world and I bring it in here for my own speculation. And man, I think, man, that's like, you can get, in my head, I could get an easy 20, 30, 40x off of those lows, man, over the entirety of this bull run. And where else, am I going to, get that kind of like gains in the real world? Really solid gains with really solid liquidity too, because that's the one problem with like these meme coins that will go do like a 20x real quick. Like you try to take profits and then maybe you get out 10 grand if you're lucky. Like, man, dude, I would say profits. I'd be nice to be able to take out a few $100,000, maybe even $1 million. Like that's what you want to be able to like take profits out of when the time is right, or even provide liquidity. I get it, but you want to be able to, like, when you're providing liquidity to top in, you want to make sure there's enough buyers and enough people that you're providing liquidity to, so you can exit that position, and that you can get that in these like layer ones, blue chip type assets, stuff that's been around. Like that's how you do it, man. You don't do it going buying the meme coin of the day. You can make a quick 10 grand. Don't get me wrong. Maybe even more. I made a crap ton of money off Solid X, and my Solid X is still a great bag. Like I love my bag of Solid X. I got it over there. It's chilling. It's hanging out. I see K Crypto in here kind of shilling it. Whether it's a good time to buy, bro, I have no idea. I'm not a chartist. Ask Axis. He's in the chat. I have no idea. I got a bag of it. I'm holding it. It's one of my favorite meme coins. I like it for a longer term, like almost like a blue chip meme coin play. And that could be, but man, yeah, for me.
I mean, one of the levels I've been looking for is like $50 Solid X. We're back there right now. So
we're back there. That's a good level.
Yeah.
It depends on if you like the asset or not, or if you believe that this whale will pump his own bag. Like if you believe in it, go buy it. If you don't believe in it, don't do it. Like we're not giving any financial advice whatsoever. Like you got to come to your own conclusion on this stuff. This stuff could go to zero tomorrow. And the more you get on the meme coin side of things, and the more you get risk on in the movie of crypto, like the more odds that it can go to zero. Also, the more momentum up to the upside you can get too. Right. And so this is what you have to manage yourself. But like when I bring in a big whale, like when I have this conversation, Dane, with this new mastermind guy we're part of, when we finally have the conversation with them, and he's going to want some like kind of more risk on outside of his Ethereum and Bitcoin, like all I'm going to point him to is Pulse. I'm not going and going to put them in freaking HOA. Look, I own HOA. I'm not going to even put them in SolidX. I own SolidX because we're getting really risk on in the risk curve now. Where Pulse, man, is just a very solid blue chip. If you're trying to get, my opinion, it's not financial advice, but for me, if I'm trying to get a 20, 40, 50x on my money, even a 20x, man, I'm good, dude. I'm talking about 20x from the bottom. I'm not talking about 20x from the sacrifice price. Sacrifice price has been negated. It's gone. Don't measure anything from sac price no more because it doesn't work that way. It's not how crypto works. You measure from the bottom of the chart. And man, a 20x from the bottom of the chart, man, I'm good, bro. Like, I'm like, let's go. Like, let's just hang out and have a good time. And hopefully I'll be over by this food poisoning by then. I can feel much better. If I'm not by then, we have a bigger problem.
Agreed. Right. Right. Cool, guys. Well, this has been good. Anything you want to hit on, Corey, before we jump off today?
No, we got a pretty busy week with our stuff that we're doing. We got a little thing going on, guys, where we're doing some onboarding ourselves. And so I think for the most part, we'll be here all week. Like I said, we're going to try to schedule a time in where we have Crypto Sloth. We're going to come in here and crush his dreams on liquidity providing. I'm just joking. I mean, I love Sloth. In fact, he's probably one of the best educators in the space when it comes to liquidity providing. I learned so much from that guy. But it'd be great to have a good conversation and talk about the risk that is associated with liquidity providing, because there's definitely a risk. I'll give you a good example. This last run up we had, I had a nice bag, man, of Pulse and ink, just printing me ink every single day. It was beautiful. And I was holding it and it was great. And then I suffered a pretty good size and permanent loss on this last run up. So, you know, in the bull market, it's very risky, in my opinion, to provide liquidity. And we'll talk over some of these things and how maybe we can mitigate some of those risks. Now, fucks and 2FUCks is one means of some mitigation for risk on a permanent loss, but not 100%. You're just mitigating some of the risk because the way they have the weighted pools. So we'll talk some of those things. But yeah, man, normal week. You guys spend a lot of time with your family, go out and make money in the real world so you can bring it in to the space. That's the idea, right? Go crush the real world, bring money in, and then multiply the money you made in the real world, right? You want to make a 10x on your money, go make money in the real world, bring it in, put it in crypto, and then, you know, hopefully you get your 10x. We'll see. But yeah, that's it, man. Hit the like, hit the subscribe on your way out. If you guys are watching on Twitter, please come over and support us on YouTube. The YouTube algorithm is how we're going to get the good word out for you guys, especially when we start getting frothy. We want to be able to like preach the good word of Pulse Chain, preach the good word of all these protocols that are launching, preach the good word of the community. We love all you guys. You guys make our show. It's not us. We're just in here facilitating the good word and facilitating what our opinion is. That's all it is. But hit the likes and subscribes.
Yep. Cool, guys. Have a good one.
Peace.